This week challenge is about APIs, and if you come here, you're going to see a bunch of tasks they are going to provide us. In this case, we already have two, so I'm going to start with the 0. If you read the tasks, you probably see that you can complete them in the terminal just by copying this, for example, changing your community ID here and sending the request, and you have the hash. But since the second one, you could do it on the terminal, but I'm going to do all of them in Go. So let's start. First, I'm going to create two files, so main and task 0 to have everything separated. In main, I'm going to create the function main. I'm going to create the constant URL hash and grab it here. And now what we're going to do is to receive the community ID hash or an error, and we're going to hash community ID, and you're going to send our ID. So let's imagine it's copy paste, and if we give an error, we're going to log it, or in this case panic, and here I'm going to say error hashing community ID and show the error. And if it didn't give an error, we're going to just print this. So here, community ID hash and the hash. Okay, now we can create this function. So let's go to the other file. And we're going to receive the community ID. That is a string, and we're going to return a string that is the hash or an error if the request fails. We're going to create another constant that is the URL community hash, and for that we just need the URL hash plus this last part. I'm separating because in the second task we also going to use the same URL hash, but the later part changes. So in here, since we're going to need to send the header, a custom header with the community ID, I'm going to create a new request. So I'm going to call it request and say new request, and the method is a get. The URL is the URL community hash, and the body is nil since we don't need it. And in here, I'm going to return empty if gives an error, and if it's an error, you're going to say fail creating request. Okay. And now we're going to receive the response or an error. And let's do it the response. The response none, let's do the request. So if it's an error, we're going to return and say fail making a request or fail, let's just say fail request and put request there. We can check if the status code is 200, but I'm not going to do that. Let's expect that it always works, or that the request is well done. Oh, I forgot, in here we need to add the other. That's the whole thing of why we are doing a custom request. So header add community ID, the key, and now the value that we provide. And now we're going to read the response. So let's say body error yo put read all request body, and we're going to close the body request body close. If it gives an error, we're going to return empty again. And we're going to say fail reading body. And if we don't have an error, we're going to return the body as a string, because it should be just our hash and nothing else. Okay, here it's the response and not request. Here, the same thing. And yeah, let's run. It seems that I'm not reading it correctly. So body byte response. Okay, it's this. And we have our hash.